And we're back with some more Nova Scotia Supernovas franchise mode, and in this one we have the year number 9 regular season about to get underway. But first, let's check the Hall of Fame inductions. You have Joe Pavelski, Marc-Andre Fleury, Patrice Bergeron, and Gary Suter all being inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame this year. Alright, so we are done with the preseason here. And out of 6 preseason games, we only lost once. That was a 2-0 loss to Nashville. And all of our other games, which were wins, we had at least 6 goals in each and every one of them. 8-3 win, 6-3 win, 6-3 win, 8-2 win, 6-2 win. I like what I'm seeing so far out of this team. I know it was just preseason, but that looked pretty promising. So hopefully we can keep that going into the regular season. Man, Aman's just one of those players who does not simulate well every time he comes up here. He had a great season in the AHL last year, 75 points in 75 games, but every time he comes up here to the NHL during the preseason, just very mediocre grades. I mean, don't get me wrong, David Klee's grades are not good this preseason either for whatever reason. But he's one of our proven defensive players, so I prefer to give him the benefit of the doubt, as opposed to Aman, who hasn't proven himself with really anything yet. So, and it's unfortunate because I'm going to have to place him on waivers if I want to send him down. And just based off his ability, I'm almost positive he's going to be claimed. I mean, it didn't happen last year with, guys like Thibodeau and Velikov, but I just get this feeling he's going to be claimed. So I'd prefer to shop him if I can. Alright, so Tampa's offering 20-year-old left wing Blake Zarazun. He's only a 1.5-star ability, 2.5-star potential, but he's 20 years old, so we shouldn't have a problem keeping him in the AHL. And he can always act as a replacement player if need be, because his defensive category isn't terrible. And it's not like I was making much use of Aman anyway. And then the offers from Arizona and Vegas, I don't know. I mean, they're both 3-star players that are being offered, so I suppose I should at least look into them. But my issue is there won't be enough roster space for them because we currently have 24 players on the roster. So we do need to cut someone anyway. And we can't really afford to take on much salary either. So if Denisenko or, these guys are making way too much money compared to Zarazun or Brisson. Yeah, no, that's not going to work. I think I'm just willing to take this straight up because we're just getting a solid backup player who could potentially fill in the 4th line at some point in the future. And I mean, even now, he'd be a decent replacement player, but he does have the potential to grow into a solid 4th liner of the future, I suppose. So, yeah, let's complete this trade. Sucks to see Aman go, but I didn't want to, losing to waivers for nothing. So I'm going to send Zarazun down now. So we're just over. I'm going to send down Thibodeau. Ooh, he would have to go on waivers too. Right, I forgot about that. Because very similarly, he has not been a good simulator at the NHL level during the preseason either. And he takes a lot of penalty minutes at basically every level he plays at, so I'm not a big fan of that either. So let's just see what we can get for him. Okay, so the offers that I got for Thibodeau were not great, so I think I'll just send him to the AHL. If he doesn't clear, then he doesn't clear, but there was really nothing that was all too interesting for him, so we're just gonna send him down and hope he clears. And with that, we are now just under the salary cap, 81.25. Cutting it close. And with that being done, I think we can get underway with the year 9 regular season. Alright, so we're on November 1st. We are 14-7. Lodnia leads the league in points and goals so far this season. 21 goals and 34 points in 21 games played. Wow. So he is on fire to start the season. Ottawa is ridiculous, 19-1-1. There's nobody even close to them in the league so far. And then Buffalo is also slightly ahead of us, but we are sitting in 3rd place in the Atlantic Division currently, so not bad. Let's get a brief look at the stats, see who's leading where. Obviously, we know Lodnia not only leading our team, but the league as well. Jaeger with 26 points in 18 games, Peter with 24. Kiviharju with 18s on the back end, so Kiviharju having a great season so far. 17 for Eriksson and Onishko, 15 for Stenberg and Zetterberg and Nemestikov, so we are scoring at will currently, so that is good to see. That our offense has not dried up with the hiring of Mike Sullivan. Unfortunately, Ivanov not having the greatest season so far, 898 save percentage. He's still winning more often than not, but that is the 2nd season in a row where he has had a shaky start. Of course, he did finish strong last year with that .912 save percentage overall, but this is not the first time that has happened with him, so definitely going to keep an eye on that. And something else I'm noticing as well is that our defensive grades are actually much better for the most part with really all of our skaters now here with Mike Sullivan compared to Rod Brindamore. So I'm not sure. I forget what kind of system he runs. He runs an offensive system, so that's certainly interesting. Maybe it's the fact that he's a physical preference. I'm not sure, but regardless, the fact remains that we are, at least so far, a better defensive team than we were with Rod Brindamore on board. So not only are we retaining our offense, but we got better defensively. Now, if only Ivanov could find a way to stay consistent with his save percentage, then we would just be, we'd be golden. But that is the one thing that seems to still be plaguing us. There was a suggestion in the comments, I believe a few videos ago, that said to replace the goalie coach, Tremblay. I might do that now that I'm seeing Ivanov struggle for a second season in a row, to start out at least. But then again, he rebounded nicely at the end of last season, so I don't know. Maybe I'll go one more month and see how he does. But if his save percentage is more or less the same, then I think I'll end up doing that. But yeah, so far besides Ivanov, we are looking pretty good. Let's check out our team stats just to see if everything lines up with what the player stats are showing us. So goals for per game, yeah, that makes sense. 100 goals already in 21 games played. 4.76 goals for per game. Wow, that is insane. And goals against per game, unfortunately, not looking too hot. We're down there 22nd in the league with a 3.43. Luckily, we've scored more than our fair share of goals to make up for it, but yeah, that's not ideal. Definitely need to get that sorted. Power play, as expected, we're up there with a 29.8. That is incredible. And the penalty kill, yeah, as usual, we're down there with a 75.4. The defensive grades may be better, but our overall defense clearly isn't. And I think most of that has to do with Ivanov's save percentage. So actually, now that I think of it, I might just fire Tremblay now. Maybe if I get someone who isn't as favorable towards prospects, because Ivanov's not a prospect anymore, right? So I think maybe if we get someone who's more balanced in that regard, that would be better for Ivanov at this point. I mean, to be honest, I'm not sure how much the assistant coaches really affect the simulation, but presuming they do have some kind of effect on the actual simulation for goaltenders, then I think that's something we should do now. All right, so I think we'll get Jason Mazzotti here. He's got a 19 for coaching goaltenders, and besides his coaching goaltending rating at 19, nothing else really stands out about him as good or bad, just very balanced all around. So I think that's sort of what we need right now, and I'll hire him on as an assistant coach. I'll just give him 2 seasons for the time being. Oh yeah, something else I didn't even notice about Tremblay is his player management way down there at 4. So I'm not sure if that has anything to do with the performance of Ivanov lately, but maybe with Mazzotti in here now, with his player management at 13, maybe that makes a difference. I don't know. But regardless, Mazzotti is now our new goaltending coach, and wow, we have a lot of assistant coaches. We have, I believe that is 7. And it's not like we're short on staff finances anyway, so we may as well just keep Tremblay around just for the sake of it. But Mazzotti is now our main goaltending coach, so he should be the only one affecting the simulation. So hopefully with that, Ivanov's performance will improve, and now we'll go through one more month and see what November brings us. Ooh, rough. Kivi Harju, our first major injury of the season with sports hernia for 1 to 2 months. And Provorov is actually day-to-day as well with a sprained ankle, so that means we're going to have to call up a defenseman. Oh boy, another major injury. Kmalevsky, 1 to 2 months. Man. Alright, so we're on December 1st, and we are 25-10-1. Lodnia still somehow leads the league in points. And goals. 30 goals, and we're not even halfway through the season. The man could very well get 60. He could very well get 60 this year. Wow. That's incredible. And then Peter up there with him as well in 5th with 43 points. And we continue to score at will. 4.72 goals for per game almost halfway through the season. That's pretty absurd. Unfortunately, we are also getting scored on quite a bit. 3.44, that has not changed much, if at all, from when we last checked. So, I mean, at least it's staying consistent, if nothing else, but, you know, I would like it to get better, obviously. Power play, that stayed pretty good throughout the whole season so far, 27.1%, fourth in the league. And the penalty kill, that's also stayed consistent. So we're consistent, if nothing else. 75% on the penalty kill. Alright, so Ivanov enough save percentage has actually gotten better. It's at a 903 now. I mean, still not ideal, but it's definitely an improvement from when we last checked. Yeah, the offense definitely carries this team, particularly the first line. Ladnia, Peter, Jaeger, all well over a point per game. 53 for Ladnia in 36 games, 43 for Peter in 35, and then 39 for Jaeger in 33. Just incredible. I mean, it sucks that our defense is kind of hurting right now, but just the fact that we're 25, 10, and 1, I don't really feel like changing anything, and I know our penalty kill is not good. But that's been the case for basically this whole GM mode, and we've found success like that before. So I think as long as we embrace the fact that we are just a run and gun team, then we should do well. Because I mean, our goals for per game is just absurd right now. So as long as that doesn't dry up, we should be fine. As for whether we can carry that over into the playoffs or not, I'm not sure. We've done it before though, so I don't see why we can't do it again. So my point is, as long as we have a really good record, I'm not going to go out of my way to change the defense with how we've been performing, right? So let's just keep simulating. All right, good. Kiviharyu's back. So maybe that'll give us a bit of a defensive boost because his defensive grade was at 73. And I believe that would be one of the better ones on the team. Yeah, that's second on the team to Provorov. So yeah, getting Kiviharyu back, definitely a huge help. Not only defensively, but offensively as well. He had 20 points in 22 games before he went down. Oh boy, Ivan Ladnia is injured. Not good. How long? Oh no, 1%. And that is 3 to 4 months with an elbow injury. Ladnia, that's at least until mid-March, possibly April. Dude, he was having such a good season. He was literally on track for like 60 goals. And now his season's basically over. Well, there goes our 4.76 goals for per game. Of course, it had to happen. Just had to happen. Nothing could ever go like completely right for us. Ladnia, to the injury list you go. And it looks like we might have to reconsider our plans. Ladnia out for quite a significant time. Man. Oh, and it looks like Wu's getting in there as well on the forward core, so we're going to have to call forward up. Oh, so I was just looking for forward replacements, and Simon Karlsson is apparently out indefinitely as well. Broken kneecap. Man, we're just getting all sorts of injuries, aren't we? Blake Zarazun is already up to a 2.5-star ability. What was he before? Was he like a 1.5-star? I'm pretty sure that's what he was at. Did he grow that fast? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was a 1.5-star ability, and he just shot right up to a 2.5-star. Alright, then since he's growing so well in the AHL, I'll leave him down there. I'll call up Thibodeau instead. Because I want to see if he can continue that growth and possibly push his potential even further. Because I believe he was only a 2.5-star potential before. Now he's a 3-star potential and a 2.5-star talent. It'll be interesting to see how he grows. It's going to suck seeing Ladnia just gradually fall down the points leaderboard. He was doing so well. He was having a career year, and then he just gets well, not season-ending injury, but a very, very long injury. I mean, I can't complain too much, right? We're still doing really well, 30, 12, and 1 so far, but that is a huge blow to our offense. Okay, Ladnia got injured like 3 weeks ago on December 9th, is now January 1st. He still leads the league in goals. It's unfortunate, man. It really is. I mean, I guess if nothing else, this will possibly help as far as contract negotiations go. Maybe it'll make things a little bit more team-friendly, but I would rather have paid that expensive contract instead of having him get injured. Actually, now that I think of it, how much does he want? 5.4, really? All right, I mean, I'll definitely have to sign him to that. I'm not going to do it now, but that'll definitely be a good deal. Actually, you know what? I think I will do it now. Just to make sure that that number doesn't go up. All right, good. 5.15 for the next 3 years. Sounds good to me. Uh-oh. Stenberg, 1%. torn rotator cuff. 3 to 4 months. That's at least the start of the playoffs that he's down for. Probably going into the second round, maybe even the third. So yet another big-time player goes down. 51 points in 58 games so far for Stenberg. I mean, I'm pretty confident that we'll make the playoffs still. We're 40-16-2, but no Ladnia, no Stenberg. That's going to make it tough. Definitely have our work cut out for us. All right, so on February 1st now, we're 43-16-2. We should have no problem making the playoffs this year, fortunately. But one thing we do have to keep an eye on is obviously the salary cap, since we're cutting it real close. So I think what we're going to have to do this year is not re-sign someone like possibly Liljegren, because he's making a little much right now. He's making $4 million. I'm pretty sure he's going to ask for more. He's not asking for that much more, but, you know, I would prefer to clear up that cap space for the likes of, for example, Juracek, who's asking for a little bit more than what he's making now, and then Ladnia as well, who is going to be making slightly more than what he's currently making. So it's just, there's going to be some complications if we don't let Liljegren either walk or trade him away. And where we're at right now, I would rather just hold on to him, see if we can make a run with him during the playoffs, and then probably release him afterward. It's unfortunate, but that's just how it goes sometimes, I guess. Now, Makarov, I was not expecting him to reach 4-star ability. I'm kind of nervous about what he's going to ask for. Okay, only 2.5. It's not bad. What are his ratings looking like? Oh, yeah, he's turned into something pretty darn good. I was not expecting him to get that good, honestly. I'm pretty sure his potential before was like a 3.5 star at best. Now it's up there at 4.5 star. Yeah. And he's pretty good defensively. Not to mention, he's already got 45 points on the season. So his offensive grade might not be great, but he's still chipping in offensively. So I think just given he's asking for 4 years and it's still a very cheap contract, especially considering his star rating, I'm definitely going to sign him. I'll try to bring him down as much as I can in asking price, but it doesn't look like he's budging too much. Yeah, I'll just go 2.44 for 4 years. Yeah, so Liljegren is almost definitely out of here by season's end. But like I said, I don't think I'm going to be trading him. So it's just going to be one of those things where we ride out the season with him, see what happens in the playoffs, and then probably just release him. All right, so we're on February 11th now. We have no games between now and the trade deadline. Just going to make it known right now, I have no intention of making any trades. So we're just going to go straight through to the end of the regular season and see what happens. All right, March 21st, Ladnia is finally back. Thank you. And Thibodeau has been claimed by the Pittsburgh Penguins with that. So unfortunate, but last game of the season, we are 59-18-4. We have the chance to get 60. Should I go into it? I feel like I should because it's such an important game, but at the same time, I don't want to mess anything up with my luck in the real-time simulation, which is either very good or very bad, no in between. So I'm not sure. Should I do it? Should I do it? Yeah, you know what? I'm going into it. It's a such, like, this could be the first. I'm not gonna say it. Just go into it. Game against Columbus. We have to. Okay. Oh, I see. Wu is in there at forward, so we have to call up somebody here. May as well be Zarazun. We'll see what he's about. 2.5 star talent, 3-star potential. I know he grew quite a bit at the start of the season, so I'll be interested to see if his play can translate to the NHL game. So here we go. Game against Columbus. This is 460. Come on, boys. First period underway. And there's a goal. Dominic Peter with his 45th goal of the season from Jaeger with his 68th assist. Wow. We should take a look at the player stats after this for sure. And not that I wasn't going to anyway. And then David Juracek with the secondary assist for a 1-0 lead. But then Villanueva follows up with a goal for Columbus. Makes it tied at 1. And there's another one, Velikov, with his 35th goal of the season from Chychrun and Klee. And there's a goal for Chychrun from Jaeger with his 69th assist of the season. Very nice. And there's one, Velikov, with his 36th goal of the season from Makarov and Klee. That is a 4-1 lead. Never mind, 5-1. Velikov with a hat trick from Makarov and Klee for the 5-1 lead, not even halfway through the second period. So this game looks pretty much won, but we'll keep going here. Lotnia with the goal from Provorov and Nemesnikov for the 6-1 lead heading into the third period. We are looking pretty good here as long as Columbus doesn't pull off any miracles. There we go, 7-2 lead with the goal by Zetterberg from Eriksson and Juracek. We're up 7-2, and yeah, 60 looks to be in the bag here as Kiviharju scores his 20th of the season from Juracek and Jaeger with his 70th assist. Wow. Oh my, are we going to see 10 here? Kiviharju with another goal from Peter and Jaeger. Wow, Peter with 70 assists as well. Sheesh. This team is quite something, let me tell you. 9-2 victory. And we get 60. Wow. We did that without Lotnia for most of the season. That's incredible. That is incredible. 115 points for Peter. Did I see that right? Did I see that right? Let's check the player stats. Holy moly. 115 points for Dominic Peter. 45 goals, 70 assists, and then Jaeger, 33 goals, 71 assists for 104 points. Wow. Onishko, over a point per game, 80 points in 76 games played. And then, of course, on the injury list, you have Stenberg with 51 points in 58 games played. Then you have Khmelevsky with 36 points in 66 games played. Just an all-around offensive juggernaut here in Nova Scotia. I mean, wow, that is just... That is something like I've never seen before. Zetterberg with 67 points in 82 games played, 67 for Makarov as well, 63 for Lotnia and 45. Nemesnikov with 63, 58 points in 67 games for Kiviharju on the back end, so he's incredible this year. Velikov with 57, 57 for Eriksson, 54 for Juracek. We were just all around, like I said, offensive juggernaut. Chikrin with 47, and he's in the bottom half of scoring for our team. I mean, that's just incredible. Tomek with 39. Like, how good were we offensively this year? Liljegren with 39 points. Provorov with 38. Wow. Beck with 38. Klee with 32. Wu with 24. Wu, out of everyone who played at least 47 games, Wu had the least amount of points with 24. And he's on the back end. Wow, I mean, let's take a look at this separately. Like, I'm not sure if I've ever had a defensive core this deep at scoring. I mean, I've had defensemen who have had, 70-point season or even 80-point seasons before, I'm pretty sure. But I'm not sure if I've ever had a defensive core that's this universally good offense, like this universally competent offensively. Like, out of all of our regular players, so from Kiviharju to Provorov, no less than 38 points, no more than 58. That's pretty good. That's actually incredible. And then don't get me started on forwards. I mean, Jesus Christ. Like, Peter with 115 points, and then Eriksson down here with 57 points, and he's what? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th? 9th for forwards? Wow. That's crazy. And Beck was on the 4th line. He had 38 points. This team's unbelievable, honestly. I'm glad we hired Mike Sullivan. That was a very good hiring. Now, actually, I'm very interested to see Ivanov's numbers now. 908. All right. Not bad. I mean, he's definitely done better before, but I'll take it. It looked like he was going to have a rough season, but he got it under control. Paris wasn't bad either. 906 save percentage in 17 games. I mean, to be honest, I'm not sure how everyone's offensive grade isn't like 100 on this team. We just seem to be so offensively potent. I don't see, like, 4.91 goals for per game. Are you kidding me? 403 goals on the season. That is ridiculous. And our goals against per game actually went up there too. We're now 10th in the league with the 3.06. So good to see our defense got better too. Power play is still same as ever, 27.4 on the season. Penalty kill is 12th in the league with an 80.3. So something I'm noticing about our defense is that it starts out really bad and then it just gradually gets better as the season goes on. So I would prefer to start out great and just continue to go that way defensively, but you know, at least it seems we at least know how to get ourselves under control by the end of the season, is what I'm gathering from all of this. But wow, what a season. 60 wins. That's incredible. And after the struggles we had last season too, I didn't think that was possible. But no, this team did it. And it goes without saying that that is our best season to date, at least during the regular season. Let's see if we can replicate this performance in the playoffs. And it should be noted that we have obviously won the President's Trophy. So let's see if we can win the Stanley Cup as well. And with that, I will see you guys in the next one.